So the whole idea of a relationship, I kind of just threw out of my head. If I talk to another female or another woman, I'm just gonna focus on having healthy boundaries, having healthy communication with another woman, and that's it.
And then I came.
Yeah, so I just. My name is Christian.
I'm Destiny.
And you're
hanging with the Mixes. We corny.
That's not corny. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna be talking about how we first met. We tell y'all to bear with us because there are different accounts of the story, almost like different accounts of the gospel, right?
Oh.
It's still the same story, but just different perspectives.
Different perspectives.
Yep.
We officially met in 2019. We've been going to the same church pretty much almost all of our lives, but just never really actually knew each other. We've probably seen each other in passing, never really formally met and hung out or nothing like that growing up in the entirety of the time. So we actually formally met in 2019. It was the Sunday before Easter. Yeah, the Sunday before Easter. From what
before
I recall.
Lent.
Before Resurrection Sunday. It was like right before that. It was the church service before that. We actually did meet at the very end of the service.
I was getting out of my situationship because I was talking to somebody. And then Destiny was getting out of her situationship. But my situationship, I feel like, started happening at the beginning of the year back in 2019. Because I had just broke up with my ex-girlfriend and we were together for a few months. So yeah, so I was like, you know what? Let me go to church. Okay, but let me say this because I don't want y'all thinking like I just showed up to church only because I wanted to be in a relationship. No. So the thing was, when I showed up to church, I was really just trying to reconnect with God. And when I say reconnect, I've always had a connection with God, but I really just was like, okay, well, instead of just sobbing and feeling like this despair and other feelings, I was like, let me go to church, do my thing there. And then I was like, well, maybe as I'm doing my thing at church, then I'll come across someone in my time there. So I don't know, maybe Destiny can talk about her situationship.
Yeah, let's travel back to like 2018. Couldn't really get a job or anything. Of course, it's just, I guess, what happens to some people when they graduate. You're not just automatically going to get a job. So I was living with my parents. I got a temp job in Akron. Along the way of working in Akron, I met a few guys, situationships, basically. Nothing really happened, but just talking to guys. It just got to a certain point. By the time 2019 came, I was just kind of tired of situationships, really tired of just maybe the way things were going with me in my romantic life, and therefore, things ended with the situationship, and that's what I figured. All right, let me really get serious about myself and like my time, who I spend my time with. So I wanted to just really start getting back into the habit of actually wanting to go to church, and not even just church, but really just spending more time with God outside of that, and trying to just really be single. And then that's when, Easter was coming up, Resurrection Sunday was coming up, going to church, and then at the end of the service.
In the story, giving you guys the points, Destiny did walk up to me. But the thing was, I feel like I was in a place where I experienced so much rejection. So it's not that I didn't want to approach her first or go up to her, but I think when you're dating and talking to people, I think after a while rejection kind of stings differently. Mm-hmm. Yes, Pops, Destiny's dad put us on. If my dad is
watching, I'm sure he's going to be like, oh, give me credit, because he did actually encourage me to, hey, go talk to Christian.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. So, yeah.
He said, so.
Technically, he's the one that brought us together. But, yeah, we started talking. We was like, hey, what's up? I'm Destiny. if you know me.
Yeah.
That whole shebang after the service. When I tell y'all, it was like
so cute.
really.
I just realized that. Yeah, that was a cute little.
Basically, you know, when I say we just clicked off the bat, like we were just nonstop talking, literally shut the church down. Lights were starting to shut off. Everybody was already
They had to
gone.
kick us out.
They had to literally kick us out because they were like, all right, y'all gotta go. We gotta close down the church. Like, we were just nonstop talking.
Our church has like a park or picnic bench, whatever. So after we had finished talking in the church, we were like, oh, bet. Cliff was having something.
Yeah, it was like a men's Bible study.
He was having like a men's Bible study, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, do you want to show up? Or like, do you want to come with me?
Right.
And I think he was like, because I couldn't really tell if you were playing court or not, but you was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. So then I pulled up, and then I was on the bench trying to read my Bible, showing you that I am a man of God. And so then you pulled up, and then the conversation just kind of went further from there. And
we just really clicked from that day forward, in a sense, you know, not taking anything so seriously. Of course, I feel like there was initial physical attraction. Yeah. There was a connection, but like I said, we were just trying to keep it based off of our past. We were just trying to keep it very cordial, platonic.
Yeah. You thinking as a guy, okay, things are going well. Like, okay, we feeling each other. Oh, things are gonna be great, right? No, they were not. This woman right here played so hard to get. At one point, I think I was just about to drop everything.
What?
But the funny part about it was like, okay, after that great conversation, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe there's going to be like a texting banter back and forth. This girl wouldn't text me back till like 2, 3, 4 hours later, sometimes the next day. And so, you know, you're thinking in your head like, okay, I know we're just friends. So you thinking like, okay, I'm not going to think nothing of it, right? But then in your mind, you're kind of thinking like, well, dang, is she feeling me? Is it not?
Our very first outing, I guess you want to say as a date, when we got together, just us two, was to the movies to see Shazam.
Yeah, and so I tried to offer my seat to her because the seat next to her wasn't reclining. And so I was like, oh, do you want my seat? Me trying to be a gentleman. And she was just like,
no, I'm cool. I'm straight.
And I was looking at her like, okay, like, you sure? I'm trying to be insistent, like, no, like, take my seat, trying to be a gentleman. She's like,
I said I'm good.
I was like,
there we go with perspectives. Because in my head, I'm just like, oh, no, I'm good. I could just sit in the regular seat. It doesn't bother me. I don't need to recline. That's it. I can still watch the movie perfectly. I wasn't trying to come at him like,
no, I'm good.
Like, I wasn't. It's just, no, I'm okay. Yeah. You don't have to do that.
But I think when you're trying to be a gentleman and say, like, okay, you get the better.
Yeah,
well, we talked about it. But when you was like that, I was like, all right, whatever. At least I ain't pay for a movie ticket. We went out a few times. Me and Des were good friends.
Obviously, like I said, we were kind of doing the whole platonic thing, but we had a connection, and I feel like we knew that, but we weren't just trying to, like, rush into anything. But, you know, we did the Shazam date, and I think we went to go see Endgame. We kept going out and seeing each other, you know, like these little dates. And I feel like, you know, from Christian's perspective, he was really trying to, like, show, like, interest in wanting to date me and actually make it, like, a thing between us, like, taking it to, like, a more romantic step. But I was the one, because I was immature and not really knowing how to handle a proper relationship with a good man. I did play a little bit of like that hard to get type of thing. I just didn't really, I was immature. I didn't really know how to go about it. I feel like I was just, maybe part of me was like, am I ready to do this again with somebody who's actually really great? I didn't know how to handle a great person. It was a lot of immaturity with that. So
yeah, because I feel like the only times I think that we linked up, because everything went by really fast. Like,
it did.
Because I know we did the movie theaters, we did the zoo. I think the zoo was probably the first time, like, we actually, like, we're, like, really starting to get close. I think I asked you, like, can I take you on an official date? Like, after, like, 4 or 5 times we had hung out or something.
Right.
And you were just like, I think you just replied back, I gotta think about it.
Like I said, immaturity.
I was like, dang. So I think when you said that, I was like, oh, maybe the door is closed. So I think that's when I started talking to other people. And I was like, well, let me just open the line. Let me have options or variables. Let me open the lines of communication.
Yeah.
We definitely had
Because
a good
of
time.
my way of doing things,
Yeah.
it was kind of like rocky at a certain point. He started pulling back, and like he said, started seeing talking to other people.
I gave her same energy. And if
Yeah.
people know Destiny, when you get back to her, what she does to you in return, she doesn't
I don't
like
like
that.
it.
I started pulling back, and I wasn't texting her as much. Like, I think I went 3-4 days without, like, texting.
Yeah, I just
Because
like,
I was
dang.
just kicking it with the other girl.
Like,
And I was having a blast. And so when you hit me up like, oh, do you want to go to this vegan thing? Do you want to hang out? I'm like, no, I'm cool. No, I'm all right.
He was trying to basically doing what I was doing to him, and it hurt. It stung a little bit. So yeah.
When we were sitting at the park bench, and when you tried to open up to me, I think at that time, because I've always told you, I think when I was around you, I always loved the type of person I was when I was around you. And I always liked how I could be very, like, outgoing and, you know, like, I don't know, I just felt like I could be that version of myself I liked.
Yeah.
So when I think when you came and shared with me how you felt, because I had never seen it, you've always been a mystery to me. Because I can never tell what you're thinking fully sometimes. So I think when you did that, I was like, oh, wow. Like, if the door is open, I'm going to walk through it. So I was like, all right. So cut off talking to one girl I was talking to. I definitely apologized because I think what I did was wrong because I kind of ghosted her, which wasn't cool. I take accountability for that. So yeah, me and Destiny started talking full time. Relationship just started to blossom. And then that's when we
started to get a little more serious as far as
Right.
romantic feelings towards each other. We met in like March of 2019. Now we're moving down to like maybe like June-ish. We're heading
Yeah.
into June of 2019. I finally start to like open up more. I take him out on like an official like first date of mine for him.
But we didn't make it fully official yet.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hold up, bruh. Like, I can't be with you.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, because I had been in our relationships, I was like, I can't be with you until we make it official. Because I said, listen, I got to back up, honey. I can't do this no more. Okay, give you space. I'll let you figure it out. You do your thing, blah, 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 blah. Not even like 10 minutes passed by. She thought about it and texted me and said, I want to be officially together with you. I don't want to be with nobody else. I just want to be with you. And so I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yes. I was like, cool. Like, let's do this.
That's basically the timeline. It only took a good maybe 3-ish months. Met at the church service. I want to say it was March, whenever Easter was, or around the time of Easter of 2019. And then we finally made it official as boyfriend and girlfriend June 26, 2019. So it was a lot of dating, a lot of ups and downs, within that time frame. But we made it work. We made it a thing. We moved pretty fast, I guess you could say, because after 6 months of dating from that time, we got engaged Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2019. Got engaged after 6 months of dating, and then after another 6 months, got married.
Yeah.
Literally like on the 1-year anniversary of us getting together. So,
and for all the haters out there who will probably say, oh, y'all wasn't even together that long and y'all didn't do this. Peep this. Been married for 4 years, almost going on 5 years, okay? So all them people that tell you, oh, it can't be done, oh this, oh that, or oh, you got to date for 3, 4, 5 years and then get married. No. That's not our story. We are not perfect. We have our struggles for sure. But, You know, we continue to work things out to the best of our abilities, because we always say like, comment, share, subscribe. Because again, we just want to tell you guys we appreciate the support that you guys give to us. Whether we got 1 subscriber, 2 subscribers, whoever, we appreciate everybody who comes new to our channel and gets a chance to know about us, our story. So we appreciate you guys, no matter how big the support, small the support. So, yep. Tell your family about us. We'll see y'all later.
Tell your family. Yellow for the win.